All right. Well, welcome. Again, I'm Alissa. Nice to have you back in class. It's awesome. Let's come down to our mats and let's start an extended child's pose tonight. Let your toes come together. Knees will come nice and wide. And then we're just going to ease into it, right? Let your body melt into the mat. Those fingers pull you nice and forward. As we give into this time, we'll start to flow for a 45-minute vinyasa flow. But we owe ourselves these first few minutes to really get centered on the mat. Seal your lips and start to bring in deep, even inhales through your nose. We're going to start at the very base of your belly. Think about filling up all the way. That abdomen drops open to the mat as you fill up through your rib cage all the way to the top of your collarbone. And then you exhale from the top down. Let your eyes drift gently closed as you come to just being here on your mat. The rest of the day fades away. What's still to come tonight will be dealt with later. And all you have to do is be here. Exhale into any tension you feel in your low back or your hips. Send your exhale right there. Beautiful. We'll inhale up to tabletop. Take a minute to get there. Spread your fingers nice and wide so you're not dumping into your wrists. You don't want to dump all your weight there. Your knees are stacked underneath your hips. And we're just going to warm up that spine with some cat-cows here. We're going to hold on to that complete breath. As you inhale, drop your belly, open up through your chest and throat. And then exhale as you round your spine and really think about tucking that abdomen, that core up towards your spinal column. Inhale as you drop your belly, feel that opening. And exhale as you round and tuck. Nice. Inhale to drop your belly, open up through your throat. And exhale to round. Starting to bring warmth to the spine, warming up through that whole spine. You can take these at your own pace. Drop the belly as you open up. And exhale as you round and tuck. Nice. Inhale, we'll come back through that tabletop. And just for a little spinal balance here. So right from here, plant that left hand nice and firm. Let your right arm come out in front of you, reaching forward like you're going to shake somebody's hand. Yeah, thumb pointed up. And that left leg option to shoot out behind us for a little balance here. Flex that foot. Point that heel to the back of your mat so you feel the whole leg muscle light up. You can feel it from your heel all the way up the back of your leg to your glute. Fire up that leg, start to use all your body. Tighten up through your core here, right? Squeeze so that you don't drop or bend in that low back, but really tighten out for a nice flat back. Big inhale as you reach forward, and exhale, we're gonna squeeze underneath, knee to elbow. Inhale to lengthen and reach, and exhale to squeeze. Nice, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, we squeeze. One more here, right? Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, squeeze underneath. And then plant your hands back to tabletop. Beautiful. Spread that right hand nice and wide now, right? So that wrist is supported. Then the left arm comes forward. Right leg goes back. And we find our balance here. Same thing, reaching that hand forward, flex that back leg. So you light up through the back of those leg muscles. And inhale. Don't lose that breath. Beautiful. Nice big inhale here. And exhale, we squeeze knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen, reach, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. One more here, right? Inhale, lengthen just a little bit longer. And exhale, squeeze. Beautiful, set that down. You can shake out your wrists a little bit if needed, depending on how that time feels. We'll come right back into it. Plant your hands nice and firm so we can tuck your toes and shift up and back to down dog. Nice, this first time here, let's really think about it, right? Spread your fingers again, nice and wide. Heels pulling down towards the earth. And go back to that breath. Think about your ears nice and loose, dangling between your biceps. Full, complete yogic breath, filling up at the base of your belly, all the way through your rib cage. Nice, and we're gonna move into Sun A, a variation of it. This time tonight, we're gonna walk our hands back to the back of the mat. So you're in a forward fold. And this first forward fold, bend generously into your legs, right? Because we wanna get into that low back first. You can even clasp opposite elbows so your torso hangs nice and heavy. I'll try it. There we go. And breathe. Each time we come to a forward fold, you can start to straighten your legs just a little bit more. Breathe. Nice, here we go. Big inhale, we're gonna swoop our arms up overhead and come to standing. And exhale, we're gonna exhale into a side bend to the right. Inhale through center, and exhale, side bend left. Inhale back through center, nice and tall, reaching tall, and then exhale, let your body fold down, chest to thighs. We're gonna halfway lift into that nice flat back, right? Crown of your head shooting towards the front of the room. And here's where we're gonna switch it up. From here, we're gonna heel toe our feet so they're nice and wide. And we can exhale as we sink into a squat here. Trying to find a little bit of opening through our hips, right? Everybody's squat is gonna look different. But from here, you can start to open up through your hips. And then we walk out to a plank. Always option to drop down to your knees, right? From a plank, then we go into that little flow. It's a slow, controlled lower, all the way down to your belly or hovering in chaturanga. Inhale as you open up through cobra or up dog. And then we exhale back to down. Like a sun salutation A, just with a few variations. Breathe right here. And then our hands walk to the back of the mat so we're in a forward fold. Halfway lift to lengthen out through your spine. Exhale as you squeeze yourself together. And then big inhale, swoop your arms up overhead, stand to rising. Yeah, exhale into a side bend. Inhale nice and tall through center. And exhale, side bend left. Big inhale as you stand nice and tall, reaching, reaching. And exhale as you fold. Halfway lift to lengthen out through your spine. And then step your feet nice and wide so you can sink into a squat. We pause here just for a minute so we can really think about opening up through those hips. Find where you feel that tightness, right? Where are you feeling it most in this pose? And exhale right into it. Send your energy right there to find more space. Then we're gonna walk out, pausing at the top of a plank. Remember your options, drop down to your knees, keep them up, and then it's a slow controlled lower. Hovering in chaturanga with those elbows nice and tucked in or all the way down to your belly. Inhale as you open up through cobra or up dog, and exhale to down. And breathe, always back to the breath. Hands walk to the back of the mat. Feet might slide together a little bit so we can halfway lift again into that flat back. Exhale, squeeze yourself together, chest towards your thighs. And then big inhale as we rise to standing. One more time, let's exhale as we side bend right. Inhale as you reach tall through center, and exhale, side bend left. Big inhale as you reach nice and tall, and exhale just to fold down. Halfway lift to bring length to the spine. Feet start to walk apart so we can exhale and sink into our squat. And we pause right here, right? Feel that opening. Assess how you're feeling right here. And then we'll walk out to a plank to take the lower of your choice. What feels right for you today? Slow, controlled lower with intention. Tighten up through your core, hovering or all the way down to your belly. Inhale as you open up through cobra or up dog. And then exhale to down. And breathe. Inhale to look forward, and this time exhale to step or hop to the top of the mat. Nice, then we'll be halfway lift, again into that flat back. Exhale, squeeze your body together. Big inhale, swoop your arms up overhead as you rise to standing, but this time we're gonna sink into chair. So we can move on to Sun Salutation B, or again, a variation of it, right? This is our first time in chair. Really think about it, right? Your arms are fully engaged. That's how we're gonna use our whole body. Feel the back of those arms start to fire up as they shoot energy out of the top of your fingertips. Energy of your legs pulling towards each other. They don't have to be touching, but you feel them pulling towards each other. Sink your seat down and we breathe. Here's where we're gonna add in a little twist. So big inhale, and then we're gonna exhale opposite hand to foot. So left hand goes down towards that right foot, right arm reaches up, and we breathe, all twisted up. Force that air to fill up through your diaphragm, filling up your rib cage. Inhale back through center into chair. And exhale, we twist. Right hand will go down towards that left foot. Left arm reaching up. Beautiful. All twisted up. It becomes harder to breathe, but we force that air in. Inhale back through center. And exhale, we'll straighten our legs and fold forward. Halfway lift, lengthening through your spine. And then exhale, we'll plant your hands and step or hop your feet to the back of the mat. From here, we'll take that slow, controlled lower of your choice. Lowering down through a hover. You can always drop those knees to the mat, hovering in chaturanga or all the way to your belly. Inhale through cobra or up dog, and exhale to down. Here's where we'll switch it up now for Sun B. We'll let that right leg come to the top of the mat for Warrior One. So we're gonna bend into that front right leg. Planted on that back left foot, arms fully engaged, right? Reaching up. Think about your hips being aligned with the front of the mat. Maybe you sink just a tiny bit more into that front right knee. And we breathe. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, we'll plant your hands, step your foot back, and take that lower of your choice, right? Coming down to the knees, slow, controlled lower to your belly or hovering in chaturanga. Inhale through cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. And then let that left leg come to the top of the mat. Warrior One on the left side. Bending into that front left leg. Back right foot is planted. Arms reaching up and fully engaged. Flex those fingers as they reach towards the sky. And we breathe. Big inhale here. Exhale, plant your hands, step your foot back. And we lower with control, whichever version you choose. Inhale as you open up then through cobra or up dog. And exhale to down. Full cycle of breath here. Big inhale, even exhale. Inhale to look forward, and exhale, we'll step or hop to the top of the mat. So we can go just one more time through a Sun B. Halfway lift, lengthening through that spine. Exhales, you squeeze yourself together. Big inhale, swoop your arms up overhead, and exhale, we're gonna sink right back into chair. One more run through here of that sun B. Breathe right here, find your pose first, and then we'll move within it. Big inhale, and exhale, we'll twist. Left hand down towards that right foot. Right arm reaching up and back. Breathe, all twisted up. Inhale back through center, and exhale, we twist. Beautiful. Find that balance and that twist all together. Big inhale as we come back through, and then straighten your legs and fold forward. Halfway lift, again, bringing length to that spine. And then exhale, plant your hands and step your foot back so you can lower. Slow, controlled lower all the way down to your belly or hovering. If you're gonna hover in chaturanga, really tuck those elbows in towards your body. Inhale as you open up through cobra or up dog, and exhale to down. Letting that right leg come to the top of the mat for warrior one. It's okay if you have to heel toe that foot out a little bit so you have good placement in front of you. Bend a smidgen more into that front right leg. Really start to fire up the top of that leg. Beautiful, you guys. Nice. Protecting that knee so it's not shooting out in front of your toes. Big inhale here, and exhale, plant your hands, step your foot back. Almost done with these lowers. Slow, controlled lower. Big inhales, you open up through your chest and your throat, and exhale to down dog. This time, let that left leg come to the top of the mat, warrior one. Beautiful, bending into that front left leg. And breathe. Nice, big inhale here. Exhale, plant your hands, step your foot back. Final chaturanga right here. What are you gonna do with it? Slow lower to your belly or hover in chaturanga. Inhales, you open up through cobra or up dog, and exhale to down dog. Beautiful, full breath here. Let your eyes drift closed even for just 1 second and focus back on your breath, what your body has already done for you. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Inhale to look forward, and exhale, we'll step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale to squeeze yourself together. Big inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Let your hands just come down through center. So we can move on to our next flow. Take a moment, yeah. Get yourself situated. And then we'll move on. Here, we're gonna start in tree. So ground down first in the right leg. Let your left leg come to where it works for you today, right? Tree has so many variations. It can be a kickstand on the ground. It could be on your calf. It could be all the way up. Play with what it feels good today. We have a couple balance poses to isolate that right leg, and then we'll move on into flowing from sequence. If you lose your balance, that's okay. That's a chance to regroup and come right back into it. Beautiful. From tree, left hand is going to reach down and grab a hold of that big toe for a big toe hold. Then you play with where it goes, right? It's about balancing and isolating. If you wobble, it doesn't matter. Right arm can come out beside you, can be on your hip, whatever works. Maybe as your leg straightens a little bit, maybe it stays completely bent. Play with the motion of what you do with this hand to big toe hold. There's no wrong here. Beautiful, release that. And we're gonna swoop into a warrior three. Again, with variations, right? That foot might be a kickstand in the back, and that's cool, that's okay. We wanna fire up this right leg and make it work from pose to pose. If your arms can be out to the side, airplane arms, maybe they're out in front of you. Beautiful, and then we're just gonna set that back foot down as we come into Crescent Warrior. On the ball of that back foot. Yeah, a little bit different. Your feet don't have to be in a tightrope. They can be a little bit apart there. Nice. Hands are going to come through center as we twist over that front leg. Again with the twists. Breathing full here. Then we're going to let that right hand come down to the earth for a little half move. Left arm and left leg reach up towards the sky. Beautiful. Start to feel those hips stack and open up. You can have a block. Nice. And set that foot down nice and wide at the back of the mat so we can move into warrior two. Beautiful. Readjust your feet as needed if you want to step them out a little bit wider. Arms come out wide, right? Energy running from the front of the tips of the front fingers to the back. And we breathe. Nice. We'll dip down into that extended side angle. Let the right hand come down towards the earth. Left arm reaches up as you open up through that left shoulder. If it feels okay on your neck, your gaze can go up towards those left fingertips. Otherwise, it can just be straight down. You don't want to crank your neck, so do what feels right here. Beautiful. Big inhale as we rise into reverse warrior. Let that right arm swoop up and back to feel that stretch through your side body. Beautiful. And breathe. We're going to pivot back towards the front of the mat, so we're lunging into that front right leg. You can even let that back left knee drop down to the mat and let those right foot walk out towards the side of the mat, so we really feel into that right hip again. Perfect. And we breathe right here. Right arm will pull up to the sky for a dragonfly twist. Then we'll come back through center so we can plant our hands into a little handstand split. Little inversion here. So the right foot is fully on the mat. Your hands can be close to your foot, but they can walk out as far as they need to give you balance. Left leg reaching up towards the sky. And breathe. Nice. Set that foot down and we'll step back into plank. And here's where we finish off the sequence. Options here, right? You can stay right here and hold plank for a moment. Knees can come down to the mat. Or you have the option to roll into a rolling side plank where we'll roll to the right side. We just do a couple of them. Through center to your left. Back through center to your right. It's not about being super speedy, but keep nice form. Let those hips pull up to the sky. Through center to your left. Back through center. And we'll all meet in down dog. There's no rush. Finish off so you feel even. Nice. Inhale to look forward, and then we'll step or hop to the top of the mat. So we can roll up to standing and start on the other side. You stay right where you are. I'm going to switch sides so I can still see good, and we're going to put that left leg to work. We're going to do that whole thing again, but on the left side. So we're going to ground down with that left foot and find tree on the left side. Expect it to feel different than that first leg did, and that's okay. And breathe right here in tree. Beautiful. Right hand's going to come down and grab a hold of that right big toe, right? We're isolating the left leg now. We welcome the wobble. That doesn't matter at all. And play with where you go from here. Maybe your leg stretches out a little bit into a big toe hold. And breathe. Nice. Release that foot, and we're going to flip into a warrior three. You lose your balance, just ground back down on that left foot and find your pose. Flex that back right foot and play with where your arms are on this side. There's no wrong with where your arms want to be. Beautiful. Shaking and wobbling is good. That's where we find change. Set that back foot down so we can go into Crescent Warrior. On the ball of the back foot, instead of that foot being planted, arms reaching up and nice bend in that front left leg. And we breathe. Hands come through center, and we're going to twist over that front knee. So the right elbow goes towards the outside of that left knee, left leg. Palms push together to force you to twist just a little bit more. And breathe. Left hand comes down to the earth for half moon. So left hand and left foot towards the earth. Right arm and right leg opening up. Yeah, perfect. Feel those hips start to open and stack. And breathe. Set that back right foot down nice and wide so we can kind of heel toe out to a warrior two. Bending into that front left leg, arms nice and engaged. And breathe. Feel that breath as you connect to your core. Inhale here. And then exhale right into that extended side angle. Yep, left leg, left hand going down towards your left foot side. Right arm reaching up. And we breathe. Beautiful. Inhale as we stand tall into that reverse warrior. Don't lose the bend in that front leg. As you swoop your torso up, it can be easy to kind of stand up, bend back into that front left leg, and breathe. Nice. We're going to pivot towards the front of the mat as we lunge into that front left leg. You can let that back right knee even come down to the earth. Let that left foot walk out towards the edge of the mat so we can really sink into that left hip. And breathe. Left hand pulls up to the sky for a little twist. Nice. Inhale as we come back through center. So we can plant our hands on the earth with that left foot and let the right leg swoop up towards the sky. For a little handstand splits, an inversion here. Letting your head dip down below your heart. And breathe. Nice. And we'll step back into plank. For your options again, right? There's always an option. You can hover right here in plank. Let your knees come down to the earth. Option to roll into rolling side planks. Roll to your left side. Even in a rolling side plank, there's an option for that knee to come down to the earth. So you're working on that balance, but with not quite as much torque on your shoulder. Through center, to your right. Through center, to your left. Back through center, to your right. Back through center, and we all meet in down dog. And we breathe right here. Reconnect with that breath. Big inhale. You've done so much already. We're just going to do a little bit more. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. So we can roll all the way to standing. Nice. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do that whole thing again. But we're not going to hold the poses as long. We're just going to flow from pose to pose. If you miss one or it doesn't work out, that's not a big deal. We just skip it and move on, right? Or if one doesn't feel right, hold the other pose for a second longer and then just pick up. So we're going to ground down in that right leg. It'll be the same sequence. So ground down in the right leg for tree. Find your balance first here. It's kind of important to find that first, and then we'll pick up the pace. Left hand goes down to meet that toe for a big toe hold of your choice. Yeah. That looks great. Release, and we're going to flip into warrior three. Keep your arms out to the side while you flip, and then play with where you want them to be. Set that back foot down for crescent warrior. Nice. Can be on the ball of that back foot. Hands come through center so we can twist over that front knee. So left elbow goes to the outside of that right leg, and we breathe. Unravel, let the right hand come down to the earth for half moon. Right hand and right foot on the earth, left arm and leg swooping up towards the sky. Nice. Set that foot down nice and wide at the back of the mat. We're going to heel toe it out for warrior two. You can adjust your stance though if we got too close together. Warrior two. Arms fully engaged, toes in front of your knee, so walk your toes out a little bit if you need to. And exhale right into that extended side angle. Nice. So strong on that right leg, holding you. Rise into the reverse warrior. Let your torso rise, but keep that bend in the knee. And breathe. Nice. Pivot towards the front as we lunge into that right leg. Back left knee can drop to the earth. Right arm pulls up to the sky for a nice twist. Come back through center so we can do handstand split. Plant your hands on the earth. Left leg reaches up to the sky. Crown of your head dips down for a beat. Nice. Set that back foot down so you can step back into plank. We're almost done here. Here's your option. Hold plank or add in some dancing lunges if you want to bring that heartbeat up a little bit. They can be a simple tap of the foot, right, left. Maybe you add a little hop. We're almost done. We're going to switch to the left side, and then we'll come down to the mat. Nice. Push up to down dog. We all meet together there. To reconnect to that breath. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to step or hop to the top of the mat. Roll nice and slow to standing through your spine. And we're almost done here, right? Ground down in the left leg. The left leg goes to work. Right foot slides up your leg to where tree works on this side. Breathe, find that balance. Full breath here. And then we connect with that toe. Right hand goes down to grab a hold of that right big toe. And we stretch out into the big toe hold. Lose your balance, just come right back into it. Flip into warrior 3. And set it down at the back for Crescent Warrior. So we're on the ball of that back right foot. Your feet are kind of have a little bit of space. Hands come through center and we twist over that front knee. Hand comes down to the mat for half moon. Right arm and right leg reaching up towards the sky. And then set it down gently at the back of the mat for warrior 2. I almost tipped over. Nice. Left hand dips down to the earth, extended side angle. Torso rises into reverse warrior. And then we pivot towards the front, so we're lunging into that left knee with the right knee coming down to the earth. Left arm pulls up towards the sky for that dragonfly twist. We come back through center into the handstand splits. Right leg reaching up to the sky, planted on that left leg. Beautiful. Set it down as we step back into plank. This is our final time here. Option to stay right here, holding for this last little breath, or do shoulder taps, right? With your feet nice and wide. It's a right hand to the left shoulder. Come through center, left hand to the opposite. So it's just switching opposite hand to shoulder. Trying to hold the rest of your body as still as possible. Beautiful. One more breath here. Whatever you're doing, just hold it for this one more breath. Beautiful. Push up to down dog. And come through to a seat on your mat. That was fantastic, you guys. Tiny bit of core work, and then we'll move right into our final stretch. So from here, actually, let's come down to lying on your back. As you're ready, with your feet straight up in the air for a little candlestick. You can flex and point your toes. And then as you're ready, we're just gonna lower the legs towards the earth, letting them hover. Then we're gonna pull them back up towards us. Lower them towards your right corner of your mat and pull them back. To the left corner and pull them back. Think about tightening up through your core, lower through center, hover, and squeeze them back up towards you. Nice. Big inhales, you drop your legs. And exhales, you squeeze back up. Beautiful. Toward that left corner. And squeeze. One more here, down through center. Hover, hover, and then pull them back up. So good. Give a little knee squeeze in here. Feel that release. You can even rock on the spine from side to side a little bit. And then as you're ready, we'll let your arms come out to a T. And we'll let those knees drop to one side, to the right side. Let your chin for a nice spinal twist here. Let your chin go to the opposite shoulder. You can even start to close your eyes right here. We'll start to take control of that breath. If you started to breathe more heavily, let's even it out. Nice. Inhale back through center. And then exhale, let your knees fall to the opposite side. As your chin goes to that opposite shoulder. And we breathe. Nice. We'll inhale back through center. Let your feet be planted on the earth and your knees up towards the sky, and just little windshield wipers. Nice release. Let the knees fall to the left side and then over to the right, like windshield wipers back and forth. Nice. And then I invite you to take any final movement you need before final Shavasana. If it's a little knee squeeze here, maybe it's a happy baby. Anything you need, anywhere you feel tightness, just take a second to give into that. And then as you're ready, we'll come to lying on the mat for final Shavasana. Take a moment here to really give into this time. Feel the tension in your forehead start to ease. Your eyes relax in the eye sockets. Your jaw eases. And you feel the tension in your neck start to relax. Your shoulders weigh heavy on the mat, like a heavy weight is pushing them into the mat. Your hands fall gently open. Your hips, your thighs, your calves just melt into the mat. Your feet fall gently open to the side. As thoughts start to try to take back or rush into your mind, so there's no judgment. We just gently acknowledge them and then watch them float away to be handled later. And all you have to do is just be. As you start to wake up your body and mind, start with small movements. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Add in wrist circles. Eventually, a full body stretch overhead. Then we'll roll to one side, pausing in the fetal position. Till we push up to a seat as you're ready. Let your eyes drift closed for just one last second as we close class with metta, loving kindness. Loving kindness first starts with yourself. So repeat these words to yourself. Feel them as I say them out loud. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be at peace. Now imagine somebody close to you, somebody who just needs a little bit more. Bring their image to your mind as you send these thoughts to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at peace. Now visualize these words as they flow across our city and state. You can watch them as a map as they flow across our whole country to envelop the world. May all beings everywhere be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be at peace. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. Hold on, Heather. Let me stop this. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay. Thank you.
There. I'm trying to stop the recording. You will receive email notifications.